Towards the start of the coronavirus crisis, I kind of tuned out of the news. I didn't want to kind of hear it. And recently I've kind of had the news kind of coming back in. And what I've been seeing over this last week is it's just awful. This world seems so messed up. Images of places on fire. I saw images of a cop with his knee on a man's neck until he died. Images of anger, what seems like political scandal, pain and hurt. And behind all those kind of death tolls, behind all those who are locked up, behind all those properties that are burnt down, are people's lives that are in tatters. And this world feels so broken, doesn't it? All of a sudden, it's like a nasty shot of reality has come and has hit. And it might be that as you're looking at that, you're kind of thinking, why doesn't God just kind of click his fingers and make this better? You know, if you believe in a God who created everything, surely he can do that. And he can. But here's the thing, God doing that would be like taking morphine and injecting it into somebody who's got a broken leg. It takes the pain away, but it doesn't deal with the issue. One of the reasons that we've seen politicians standing there with Bible closed above them is because when we open the Bible, we see that the issue is far closer to home than we want to admit. The issue with the broken world is one that I want to kind of push out. I want to say that's an issue out there. That's an issue with that country or with those people. In one of the shortest letters that was ever written to the Times, a Christian wrote this in response to a series about what is wrong with the world. He wrote, "Dear sirs, I am." All of a sudden he said, look, the problems with the world that are out there are problems that find their seeds kind of in my human heart. That kind of selfishness, that kind of murder. No, I wouldn't go all that way, and yet I find seeds of those things in my heart. Jesus once said it like this, he said, what comes out of a person is what defiles them. For it's from within, out of a person's heart come evil thoughts, sexual immorality, theft, murder, adultery, greed, malice, deceit, lewdness, envy, slander, arrogance and folly. All these evils come from inside and defile a person. Jesus shows us that actually it's from within that this kind of stuff comes out. During this coronavirus crisis, as we've been kind of battling with it, there's been a swarm of locusts. One of the largest in decades, that has gone across Africa. And those locusts eat in a day what 35,000 people would eat. That's huge. 35,000 people's worth of food in countries often where there isn't a lot of food to spare is eaten in a day by locusts. And yet, I know very little about that. If those locusts were here, I'd know all sorts of different things about the species of locusts and how we defend ourselves against, but it's happening far away. And so actually it doesn't pop up as readily in my newsfeed. During this time, people in Delhi in India have rioted, and kind of violence between those who oppose Islam. And again, I don't know very much about that. Why? Because I'm interested in what affects me. Why? Because actually those same biases that I hate when it's on the news and I see it played out in all sorts of evil ways are there within me. Why? Because I care more about me than I do about other people. And you see, this world is broken, and it's symptomatic of the brokenness of each and every one of us. The Bible describes the world as being created by God, and that yet that creation turns against God and says, actually, we want to do things our way. We don't want you, we want your stuff, but we don't want you. You see, the brokenness of the world is symptomatic of the brokenness of my heart and of yours. And yet the promise of the Bible is that Jesus comes to give us a new heart, to turn our hearts from a self-obsession to recognise who he is, to wipe our record clean. As Jesus comes to repair and to change our hearts from those that hate God to those that love him, that will begin to change our actions from those that hate others to those that love others. And the Bible does promise that one day, in an instant, that this world will be changed. That there'll be no more effects of broken people on a broken world, but this broken world will be fixed because Jesus has fixed those broken people. And as Jesus returns, it promises those of us who know and love him that we will be with him for eternity in a world of no viruses, no hospitals, no riots, no racism, no lying, no deceiving, in a world where we will love God fully and enjoy him forever. And if that's something that you're looking forward to, if that's something you want to know more about, please get in touch. We'd love to talk to you. Drop us a note below, drop us an email. We'd love to talk to you about that. But for the moment, thank you for listening. Stay safe.